Hi, it's John. Welcome to my channel, EV Intuition, where I'm helping you understand about electric vehicles. Well, several weeks ago, I was driving my Tesla Model Y and I noticed on the screen a message indicating that the windshield washer fluid was getting low. I thought, well, that's good to know because we're approaching that time of year where I use the windshield washer fluid the most, that being winter in upstate New York. So I went ahead and purchased, like I've done many times in the past, a gallon of windshield washer fluid. And on a Tesla, if you open the frunk, the only filler tube that you'll have exposed to you is the tank for the windshield washer fluids. I poured it in, filled it all the way to the top, and closed it up and said, I'm ready for the winter. That was until my wife pulled away later that day, and I noticed on the floor of the garage, windshield washer fluid is very clear. As you can see that I had orange windshield washer fluid, so it's very clear what that fluid was. And I wiped it up. And when she came back, I made sure that the cover or the cap on the windshield washer filler tube was closed, and it was. I go, well, let's see what happens. And sure enough, the next time after a few hours, pull it out, more windshield washer fluid on the floor. So I knew I had a problem. So in today's video, what I want to explain to you is my experience with Tesla Mobile Service, as it turned out to be what I used to repair the problem and give you an idea of what the root cause was. So let's get started. Before I begin, I want to remind you that if you like the content of my channel, please subscribe and give me a like. Also, send me any comments you do have. Today I'm talking about my experience with the windshield washer leak that I was experiencing on my 2023 Tesla Model Y long range. And one of the things you do is when you ever know that you need a repair on your vehicle, you think, well, is it under warranty? And one of the things to know, I looked this up, is what the Tesla basic limited warranty was. And it's for 4 years or 50,000 miles. So I figured, well, this might not cost me anything anyway. One of the things you got to know about Tesla is that you can request service right through their mobile app on your phone. And that's exactly what I did. You can see from this particular screen that showing you various phone screenshots that as you scroll down on your mobile app, you'll see a selection for service. If you select it, and then brings up a variety of categories of service that it does. In this case, I felt the one that made the most sense was other. This didn't fit any of the other categories. So I selected other and described the situation of the leak. And I got some back and forth with Tesla about it. And after some back and forth, they came back with what they call an estimate, cost estimate, and said it'll cost you nothing, or $0.00. So they said, do you want to go ahead with this, with the service? And I go, yeah. And what they do is then asked me to schedule a mobile service, gave me the earliest date and any dates beyond that. And I chose, the earliest date was 2 weeks from that time. And I said, well, let's do it. I scheduled it for that date, and they came back and said it would be between 7:30 a.m. and I think 12:30 p.m. So long range, basically all morning. They said they would be there in the morning. And I said, that's fine. Anyway, and all of the information and messages came back through my mobile app, as you can see with these other screens indicating I got a cost estimate, and it indicated that I have an upcoming mobile service. So they were going to just come to my house to make this repair, which I felt very convenient. And that's one of the advantages of owning a Tesla and their warranty. But I had never experienced this service before, so this was my first time. So I was going to say, let's see how it goes. Well, anyway, on the morning of, I did get some more information that they were going to be there between 8 and 9. So it was nice that the morning of it, they gave me a better, tighter window of when to expect them. And sure enough, they showed up on time. And I met the service person from Tesla. He came in a Tesla Model X. He just parked right behind my car and came out. I explained the situation, and basically he went right to work. He had to go open the vehicle and take out parts of the frunk to expose the windshield washer tank. And that's what he did, first of all. And the next thing he did was he then took some windshield washer fluid that he had and filled it to the top, just like I had done several weeks earlier. And he waited and observed that there was a leak. And it happened to be right in between the tube that you fill and the tank. So there's a black tube that goes, that is the cap that you fill all the way into the tube. And right at that intersection point, it was leaking. And so he pulled that off, and you can see a picture of the tube, that extension tube that goes from the filler cap all the way into the tank. And the part at issue was the O-ring that created the seal between those two components. If you look at it closely, that O-ring was warped. And due to that little warpage of that O-ring, fluid was leaking out of it. That turned out to be a very simple fix, because he had brought, as part of the thing, I think, the whole assembly of a windshield washer kit. And he just took the O-ring off it, put it on mine, connected the parts together, refilled it up, and observed no additional leaking. So he then sealed the car up, and I was done. A total time of maybe 30 minutes. And it was a very good experience for me. And now I'm all set for winter with my windshield washer fluid. That's something you got to keep in mind about Teslas, is they have this service that I found, for my first time using it, very convenient, very easy. Once again, on the app, I got more messages indicating, that the service has been completed. There's no charge. I got the notes from the Tesla tech. Of course, I knew what it was. And at the end, they asked me to fill out a survey for them. All in all, a great experience. Highly recommend it. I hope I don't need to use it in the future, but I know if I need to use it in the future, that's a pretty handy thing to have. I hope you found this video enlightening to you and gives you some idea of the capabilities of the Tesla system. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.